Enemies ahead! Let's go! Let's go!
If you're building a gaming PC, you are inevitably be faced with choosing between the two GPU heavyweights. Both companies make GPUs that power the best graphics card out there, though one company currently occupies the top positions of the GPU hierarchy. If you guessed Nvidia and AMD, you are correct. Well, AMD and Nvidia isn't the only decision you will need to make when building a PC. Of course, you will also need to choose a good CPU, which would be probably AMD versus AMD at this point, which we covered in our earlier videos. If you haven't watched it yet, please watch it with the link in the description below or by clicking the icon at the top. Back to where we were. Our focus in this video will be only on graphics. However, we'll be looking at the performance, features, drivers and softwares, power efficiency, and lot more. So without wasting any more time, let's make a decision. The war between AMD and Nvidia has been since the late 90s, back when AMD's current GPU division consisted the ATI brand. AMD is a much older company with its roots stretching back to the late 50s. Nvidia is about half as old by comparison, but it got a head start and became the king of graphics industry. In terms of pure finances, Nvidia is worth roughly twice as much as AMD, and a large chunk of AMD's resources are devoted to CPUs as well. Let's get into the main specifications that we are considering for the GPUs. The first and foremost is game performance. For decades, faster GPUs have enabled game developers to create increasingly detailed and complex worlds. While you can find everything from a budget GPU to high-end offerings from both AMD and Nvidia, when it comes to outright performance, Nvidia has a clear overall lead. Across a large suite of games, Nvidia wins the most categories. AMD can hold its own with the RX 5700 and RX 5700 XT, but it can't beat the 2070 Super or above, and basically it matches the old GTX 1080 Ti. Nvidia's current lineup generally delivers superior performance at equivalent prices, and that's not even factoring the ray tracing support on the RTX cards, something which AMD won't offer until the big Navi later this year. So, when it comes to raw gaming performance, Nvidia is the winner here. The second factor is power consumption and efficiency. Prior to the AMD's Navi based GPUs, at least for the last 6 or more years, the competition between AMD and Nvidia in terms of GPU power efficiency was decided in favor of Nvidia. But Navi changed all of that. Using chips built with TSMC's 7nm FinFET process and a new architecture that delivered 50% better performance per watt, it could close the gap. Except it was so far behind, even at a 50% improvement, did not fully address the deficiency. Focusing just on the current generation AMD Navi and Nvidia Turing GPUs, power and efficiency are relatively close. Nvidia wins at the top and bottom of the price performance spectrum, while AMD edges out Nvidia in mainstream sector. The real concern here is that Nvidia still gets the win even while using GPUs built using previous generation lithography. The latest Ampere is a monster, though there is nothing to stop AMD from further improving efficiency in RDNA 2. The third factor is drivers and software. Trying to determine a clear winner in the drivers and software category is quite difficult. Quite a few people have encountered black screen issues with the AMD drivers on RX 5000 Navi series GPU, while others haven't had any difficulties. Newer graphics have supposedly fixed these problems, but some user complaints continue. Nvidia's drivers aren't foolproof either, and depending on the games and the hardware they use, issues crop up for both companies. One of the biggest differences between AMD and Nvidia drivers is that Nvidia has two separate user interfaces. The Nvidia control panel handles things like resolutions and certain graphics settings, while the GeForce Experience tackles game optimizations, driver updates, and extra features including the shadow play and more. There is not exactly a winner here in this category, but I prefer AMD's unified driver approach. Nvidia's Q&A is arguably better. The black screen complaints with Navi went unfixed for over half a year, and still there are many problems that are lingering. AMD's driver have improved substantially since the days of the Catalyst Control Center, but sometimes less is more. So, as we are progressing towards the end of the video, I am going to give my opinion on which does a good job in some cases and which does not. This is purely a subjective opinion and you may disagree with me. But if you are having any varying opinions on what I say, or If you want to tell me about anything that I missed out, feel free to use the comment section below and give me your feedback. So, when you're searching for the best graphics card for your needs, that could be an AMD powered card, particularly if you're looking for the best bang for your buck. The answer for any given consumer really depends on their needs and the current pricing. The unfortunate side effect of Nvidia's pole position is the current prices that we see on the highest performance cards. With no real competitor for the extreme performance category for past 5 years, we have watched Nvidia's steady climb up in the price. Hopefully, the RTX 30 series launch represented the summit and things trend downward again with a massive performance boost. But that's all contingent on the AMD continuing to put pressure on Nvidia. For now, Nvidia continues to dominate. There are some other aspects of GPUs that we didn't dwell into, like supercomputers, data centers, and deep learning hardware, where Nvidia wins again. Then there is the professional market, where Nvidia Quadro cards constitute a seemingly unassailable majority of users. AMD may have taken the lead in CPU race over Intel, but it still has an uphill battle in the GPU war. Regardless of where your allegiance lies, competition is important to drive performance and features forward while bringing the prices down to an affordable levels. I guess that's all for this video. Thanks for watching and hope you guys liked it. Comment down below your thoughts and suggestions for our future videos. And if you are new to this channel, a sub would be massively appreciated. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.